Hi, I'm Kelley. Let's talk about who do we target. In other words, who do we see in the very first meeting with the prospect? It's a very simple answer, but sometimes it's somewhat complex when we actually get into practice. The short answer is we want to be dealing only with the CEO or the owner of the company. We've got to be at that level. You have to be dealing with the person that's on the signature card at the bank, which, by the way, could be a CFO, but for the most part, the person that's making a decision to outsource all of this stuff is somebody at the very, very top, somebody that's gotten the most at stake in the organization. And so that person is typically the owner of the company, or it's the chief executive officer. Now, you could have someone that is a COO, a chief operations officer, or a CFO, a chief financial officer, or you could even be dealing with a president of a company, depending on the ownership of it. But we want to be dealing with the CEO. We want to be dealing with the owner. We want to be dealing with the senior level management team of the organization. Outside of that, typically you're going to find, if you go outside of that, that you're likely to waste your time. You have to remember that everybody has an agenda, all right? A CEO has an agenda, and it's different from a CFO, certainly different from an HR person, and certainly different than an office manager, all right? Now, with a CFO, their agenda or their thought process, I got to get the best deal, all right? They do believe in value, there's no doubt about that, but they want to be sure that there's a good value for value exchange. So they're going to be looking at the cost to the benefit ratio to be sure that it's a good deal for the company. The other thing that a CFO is going to have some concerns about is the liability of entering into any transaction. A good CFO looks at the liability. An HR person. If you deal with an HR person in your very first meeting, unless this is somebody that has brought you into the organization to help them from a transactional nature, to get rid of all of their transactional HR, chances are that HR person is going to view you as either their savior or the Antichrist. And more often than not, the Antichrist. No doubt about that. So you want to be very careful about dealing with HR people, again, unless they have invited you in because they're looking to outsource the transactional aspects of HR. And then office managers. Office managers many times can have their entire significance wrapped up into this position of power. This is a person that believes that they basically control everything. Now, I'm not saying that all office managers, just like all HR people, might think that we're the Antichrist. I'm not saying that all office managers are bad. There's very talented folks out there. I'm just saying when you meet with them in the very first meeting, you're likely to have an uphill battle in getting to the CEO or getting to the owners of a company. You just want to be sure that when you are dealing with the first meeting with a prospect, it is better off to be dealing at the C level than dealing with somebody on a human resources or an office manager level. The most important person that you can deal with, again, is somebody who is on the signature card at the bank, the people that have the most to lose. So that person is likely the owner of the company or the CEO. So keep your questions coming, and thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day.